consistency in finishing what you started? Time. How much time are you putting into your craft? I believe you don't lose, you learn. So you just ran out of time. Does that make sense? Like that contest, y'all just ran out of time. But how much time do you think you have before it's over? Right? How you do one thing is how you do everything. Don't matter if you're a damn All-American. Like, you got a job to do, so trust. Y'all not mentally tough because y'all don't trust not only each other, but you don't trust yourself. And you don't trust yourself because how much time you putting in. The ones that put the time in, they trust one another. They believe in themselves. So if y'all believe that y'all can do it, y'all should be going harder. Y'all should be holding one another accountable. Whatever you can do to help this team, that's what y'all need to happen. Everybody can't score. Everybody ain't fast. What everybody can do, what everybody that ever plays basketball should be able to do if they play basketball, they should be able to play defense and play hard. Them the only two things you can control.
Just show hey, who want to play basketball? Honestly, who want to play basketball? All right, who has to play basketball? We just practice code. And dudes that y'all play, they got to get their mom out the hood. The dudes that y'all playing, they living in a trap. The dudes that y'all playing ain't getting no sleep. So I got to get any advantage that I can. So what choices are y'all making? That's the point I'm getting to. Are you making the choice to play defense? Are you making the choice to pass the ball? Hell, are you making the choice to come to practice? And I commend y'all because y'all here in the evening. But guess what? Circle gets smaller. Try out, that circle is big, but circle gets smaller, dog. Everybody don't make it.
All right, good day to you. Good day to you. This is Coach Carvel Bailey. Welcome to another episode of Lunch and Learn. I missed y'all today. I had to come right back. I got 10 minutes today. I got 10 minutes, and I'm going to make it quick. I'm going to make it short. I only got 10 minutes. But let's talk about mind over matter, right? Mind over matter. Two things that I want to talk about today, right? Not going to necessarily be 3 points, but just two things that I want to talk about are thoughts versus feelings, right? Thoughts versus feelings. A lot of athletes feel as though they should have maybe something that they don't right now, right? So as parents, right, you may feel a certain way because your athlete may not be getting what they want. Or you may feel a certain way when you sit in the stands and you watch your baby, right? You feel a certain way. You feel proud. Sometimes you may feel embarrassed if they do something bad. Somebody in the crowd talk, you may feel ashamed. But for the most part, right, you feel a certain way. Well, the athletes are the same way, right? The athletes feel a certain way. But a lot of times, the athletes' feelings are in direct correlation to their thoughts, right? So here's what I mean. And first, let me say this. Feelings are a liar, right? As one of my coaches say, right, your feelings don't tell you the truth, right? Your feelings are a lie. And almost like, yes, your feelings matter. Athletes' feelings matter. But a lot of athletes get in their feelings, but they don't necessarily have proof. Does that make sense? Right? So they feel like I should be playing more, but where's the proof? Right? Why do you feel like that? Why does your athlete feel a certain way? Why do they feel like they should be playing? Why do they feel like they should be scoring more? Why do they feel like they don't want to play? Why do they feel like they're the best player on the team, right? It's a lot of different feelings, good and bad. We're not necessarily here to talk about if those feelings are good or bad, but athletes have feelings, and a lot of times their feelings leads to their emotions. And then their emotions take control of them and start to control their thoughts. Follow me on this one, right? We're going to take a little journey. But now those thoughts, again, good or bad, right? Most times, and this is scientific research, as humans, you and I, grown-ups, you and I have between 30 and 60,000 thoughts a day. Between 30 and 60,000 thoughts a day. And 80% of those thoughts are negative. I'm giving you scientific research here. Adults have between 30 and 60,000 thoughts a day. And 80% of those thoughts are negative. And guess what? We think about those negative thoughts 95% of our day. I'm going to rewind that so that you can follow me on this one, because we're talking about athletes have certain feelings on the court, and those feelings then lead to emotions. But those feelings and emotions are driven by our thoughts. Does that make sense? So 30 to 60,000 thoughts a day, 80% of those thoughts are negative. And we think about those negative thoughts 95% of our day. So if we had to do the math on that, 24 hours in a day, 95% of 24 hours is about an hour and 20 minutes. So as adults, you and I, if we aren't aware of our thoughts, then it starts to control our feelings. Then it plays into our emotions. So when we wonder why athletes aren't successful, certain athletes aren't successful as they can be on the court. And then when we start to look at why certain athletes are successful on the court, it immediately goes back to their thoughts. What are they thinking throughout the course of a game? And if you think that I'm lying, go research Mark Zuckerberg. Go research Warren Buffett. Go research Bill Gates. Those three people. Go research those three people. Mark Zuckerberg and Warren Buffett, right? They said that they wear the same clothes like every day. Not the same clothes, but their closet is filled with the same color jeans, same color t-shirts, because they don't want to use one of their thoughts on what they're going to wear. So they make it simple. They use they don't want to use their thoughts on what they're going to wear. And if you think that I'm not telling the truth, have you ever been to a point in your life where you feel like you just can't take in anything else? You can't learn anything else, not for that day. Well, scientifically, your brain is full. You've used up all the space in your brain for thoughts. Now, as teenagers, high school players, right? They may have anywhere between maybe 5 and 10,000 thoughts a day. What am I going to wear? Am I going to get up? Am I going to hit the snooze button? And I got to grab my toothbrush, right? I got to put the toothbrush on the toothpaste. All different type of thoughts. We probably used about 1,000 thoughts before we left out the house in the morning. But now, if those thoughts are primarily negative, what do you think is happening on the court? So those athletes that show promise, they have a different thought process. Those athletes that struggle, they have a different thought process. Now, I know this ain't sexy, right? I'm not giving you points of what certain points to be able to help, but this is the foundation. This is where it starts. These are the keys. Because that athlete that thinks and believes the positive things they're able to then act on those positive things the same way the athlete that thinks the negative things, by default, they act on those negative things. Let me make it practical for you. That athlete that turns the ball over or always looking at the crowd or always looking at the bench, right? Because they messed up, the coach is going to take them out. Eventually, that's going to happen, right? Where our mind goes, our energy flows. You've seen it. You probably asked your athlete, why you keep looking at the bench? Well, that's because coach is going to take me out. That's what they think. So then on the court, they feel like if they make a mistake, they're going to come out. So then the emotions that they have now when they do come out, now the head is down. Now they feeling bad, right? They feel like they have nothing to go towards, to work for. But then there are those athletes, right, that think that they're going to make every shot they shoot. And then certain athletes be like, man, that person's a ball hog. No, they just have positive thoughts. But on the flip side, and they may think, I'm not going to pass you the ball because you are thinking about messing up. I'm thinking about making this shot. It's levels. It's levels to it. But our thoughts drive our feelings. And then our feelings drive our emotions. And so most coaches, right, this may not be sexy because you may not heard anybody propose this to you in that way, because all the coaches want to talk about is scoring a basketball. That's not basketball. Because after all, defense wins championships, not necessarily offense. Yeah, you got to score. You got to at least be to beat them 1-0. But you got to be able to hold them to 0 if you only score 1. But the foundation, a lot of coaches don't understand why they can't get the most out of their athletes, because most coaches are chirping at athletes all the time about what they're doing wrong. Is it making sense now? If all that your athlete is hearing about is what they're doing wrong, most coaches only correct athletes. They don't necessarily praise athletes or reinforce the good behavior. So most athletes, all that when they're being talked to, the only thing that they're hearing are negative thoughts. So 80% of those thoughts that we have are negative. And we think about those negative thoughts 95% of the day. It's scientific study. And if you think I'm lying, it's 95% of the day, about 1 hour and 20 minutes. That's why they say be mindful about what you put in your mind when you first wake up and right before you go to bed. Most people watch a scary movie, they may have a nightmare, right? You get up, first thing you do, check your phone, right? You get an email and it's totally bogus. It throw your whole day off because now your thoughts then lead to your feelings. And now it deals with your emotions. Well, it's the same way on a basketball court. But most coaches, majority of coaches, don't understand the science of people, the science of basketball or sports. They only know the physical component. So the best way that you can help your athlete is on those long ride homes. Even those long ride homes, parents are talking about what went wrong. Let's start reinforcing some of the good things, right? Coach Steve Hawkins used to coach at Western Michigan. Him, Cornell Mann now coaches at University of Missouri with Coach Conzo, right? Coach Jason Larson, all those guys, right? They taught me about sandwich criticism. So you can say something negative, but you need to put something positive here and then finish with something negative. So, like, here's an example. Oh man, you kind of turned the ball over tonight, but you were identifying the person when they were open, but you probably shouldn't pass it to them if they're not ready. See how I just sandwiched that criticism? I didn't say don't pass to them when they're not ready. I didn't say you had a lot of turnovers. I sandwiched that in something positive that at least you're able to see them when they're open. So the point of today's message is let's start reinforcing the good things. Let's take the positive out of things and let's stop focusing on the negative. Because after all, your athlete is hearing that from their coach all the time. The coach is not going to say nothing to them when they're doing well. But the coach is going to say everything to them when it's going wrong. Make sure that you, as the parent, are not multiplying those negative thoughts that then leads to their feelings, that then grabs a hold to their emotions. Does that make sense? I hope this was helpful today, right? Raul, thanks for sharing and dropping jewels. That was a mentor the coach is trying to share with our student athletes. Yeah, hey, we give what we know can help. I thank you, Raul, for, checking in when you do, definitely. But I hope this helped you help your athlete. They get enough negative. And just know, even off the court, 80% of the things that they're thinking about is probably negative because of scientific study. And they're thinking about those negative things 95% of the day. We all are. Which is why, right? Pay attention to what you put in your mind before you go to bed. Pay attention to what you put in your mind before you wake up. And I'll leave you with this. Where do you have majority of your good thoughts? I bet you it's probably on the toilet or in the shower. When are you doing those things? Either first thing in the morning or last thing at night. I tell you no lies, I steer you not in the wrong direction. I study this. I'm a master at my craft. I even have a diploma that says I'm a master at my craft, for whatever that matters. All right? Literally, I have a master's in athletic coaching, but I study my craft. I study the science of people. I study the science of this game. That's why I've been so successful, and my clients have all been successful if they just follow the plan. So now if your athlete needs a plan, right, then you could definitely go check out my case study video, book a call with us, and let's see how we can help, right? That's at BeTheRightRecruit.com. All right. I'm about to get out of here because y'all hear the bell ringing. It's time to go, right? We got our fall intensive starting December 12th, 6-week intensive cohort for parents and athletes. Don't miss out. All right. Don't miss out. But I hope y'all got some value in these last 18 and a half minutes. If it was valuable for you, right, just drop a 1 in the chat, right? Or just drop value in the chat if it was valuable for you. No matter when you see this, today, on the replay, 10 years from now, if it's been valuable, just drop value in the chat. All right? This is Coach Carvel Bailey. I got to go, but I got to serve some other people, just like I served y'all today. All right? Listen, Life in Basketball returns tonight. Check us out, 6:30 p.m. Check us out, Life in Basketball, the podcast show, the #1 podcast show for professional and athletic development. All right? Talk to y'all a little bit later on.
Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry. This is Blessed to Ball, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Blessed Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket, Blessed Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant.
Blessed Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play.
Blessed Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it. And my name is Strategic.